Me, Brittney Jaylene, and 29. Now, this is a part of, my series on YouTube. I was originally gonna have an idea for 29, like, oh, I'm gonna tell stories, just like Justin, a long time ago, and 29 telling stories, listening to laughs, pretty cool, and it was gonna be. This story, however, is different. It's deep and it has meaning to what happened, to the Beach family before I left for Alpha Omega. And what ended up happening a long time ago was I was respected, for the current timeline as a rapper, as an animation critic and studio provider. But there was one thing we all had in common, which was gangs. I grew up, watching Blue Dragon, training with Samoans in their backyard. There was a guy named Ben, and Ben was the most popular guy in school. And what ended up happening was I ended up boxing with him and his cousins. And if you know how a Crip works, our Crip is a fluid character that's based off criteria. And Crip is short for cripple. So what he is he's at the lower end of society, and he works hard, and he also gets criticized for working hard. But what does this have to do with the video? So here's the thing, okay? I was working on an anime called Power School with Christopher Sabat, and I wanted Christopher Sabat to be the voice actor of Astro. And Power School is like Coolie High, where they make out with girls and they kiss people and super backflips and Yu Yu Hakusho. But that all came with the same mindset. You see how I don't allow gangs to interfere with writing, but I understand that gangs are part of life. This is a deep story that you're going to understand why I do not pay attention to the beginning, because me and her, a whole bunch of girls and people are a part of my family. So what ended up happening was I had no reason to call out the beginning, since Narada went out her way to propose to me. You can't fight me with Big in the Hood because you're comparing married to getting spanked. So what would happen is, literally, we would wake up watching all the mature, cartoons and anime like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Yu Yu Hakusho, because I did become, the number one top selling, anime king of all time with Nons, with Siwa's Vietnami. And what ends up happening is, it's one day in Yu Yu Hakusho, which is also a mirage. Imagine a clean ass black guy with green eyes and a fade. This shit looked just like T.I. Because what ended up happening is your frontal lobe, I ended up being famous on YouTube, and I'm the one who brought that feeling back. The feeling where you can absorb, I did that on YouTube. When I woke up, the Ali and Brittney literally at the same time, it was two Crips. And an anime fan, a nerd, a little kid like Bow Wow stalking. And one of them who hid behind a talk video community started getting jealous, started getting out of this world. I used to feel the same way. And I gave you twice as much and told you twice as much than any single mother. I don't leave you in a fantasy world thinking that you can eat literally nutty corn snacks and still get a girl. I tell you to get a six-pack automatically. I also tell you to drink water so you can slightly defer, so you won't get stuck in flow. So what ended up happening, what's even worse, is that the Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho looks like my grandma. So when it was all, my family was about to get butchered, literally, grandma's in there, literally, I'm waking up to two Crips in the morning, and the early ghost of Marianne knows the truth about him, Brittney, literally, the legacy of Crip. So what ended up happening is Brittney became one of my strongest girls, and if you don't know, Brittney came from Justin. Now, I already knew that she fucked Sonic, but she came from the other side of the field when they were playing Hollywood Undead. And then she ditched Justin over time, and she became one of my strongest members. So what you don't know is that Brittney is the strongest, and that Brittney is just like a hard-ass android. She's not a sex toy from Perfect and Monkey or anything. So she's for the MVP, she is the strongest and the strongest example, and she's also the strongest example of I Moved On. So it's me, literally, her and Narada every single day, and they're the bosses. And it's crazy because I make Narada wear purple collars like Smeggy, and we go outside and it's basically bacon, but there's a twist. We used to work for an animation company, and what I state is that bacon is really below me, and that having an animation company is being a standard. So what I do fluently is let them know literally that this is just the act. I'm just imitating the purple mob in high school, and that literally I start saying shit like, oh, there was this gay guy that wanted to fight me, and he pulled up literally with a bat, literally, a Beretta, literally, and everything, and I got hella scared. Literally, I start faking it, and what ends up happening is I start doing crazy bonbon shit, like I make Bree spank Cassandra's ass on the walkway from the movie theater, because I have comparisons. I'm like, Cassandra's ass ass is one of the biggest ass you ever see. But once you start getting, you know, more girls, literally it's a tier list, and you know, Bree's ass is way bigger than hers, and then it goes from Bree's ass to Mariah's ass, and then automatically, literally, since her ass is bigger, fucking Red and Deadpool and shit, I'm gonna make her expect the other girl in the movie theater. I'm gonna trick you, literally, like it's a fucking scheme. I'm gonna make Cassandra wear yoga pants all the way to the point where, if Bree is faking that shit, it's above humanity. Do you know why? Because you didn't, you know, validate the animation company. So it's really, really fucked up. And, you know, I know in the animation studio is way above, you know, girls, but you know, when you make nerds, you give nerds the privilege to, you know, stalk me 24/7. What the fuck do you think? Literally, you can't, you know, this is what's the problem with fucking society. If you play me white in society, I will take advantage of what, you know, a minuscule piece of your fucking cranium that is black, literally, and let you know that a girl with a fat ass is getting spanked over and over and over again with two shoulders size of an oval for width. And that's called rando. Literally, you can't, you know, do rando all the time because rando is bad. But you know, on top of an animation company that you playing your white self. And you know, the craziest thing about, you know, Brittney is that that's why she's Bridget 8. Literally, not just in the manga, in the anime. If you're pulling the spice string, you have to back it up with physical action, just like my butchered, you know, uncle in the hospital. And Bridget 8 literally is the evolution of what happened at 36734 Matisse Commons, and literally how I got to live my life through Dragon Ball Z, because he's a part of what I imitate at the stadium. Literally, he is literally everything on Dragon Ball Z on DVD and VHS, all the way to a point where literally she's the strongest at Amityville. And the craziest thing about, you know, Brittney, and you know why she used to be a part of Justin's gang, she used to be, you know, Justin's example, literally, that she's gonna stay on that side for now because his side is controlling and his side is more popular and there's more to benefit from his side, but my side is more, you know, right, it has more substance from God. So the whole point about Brittney is that I have this Johnny Knoxville thing, like, you know, Jackass on MTV, where I know I can host a reality show. So what I do is I wear, you know, a black Adidas shirt, you know, I color them and it feels good because I know exactly what women for. Women are for comforting. They're not for, you know, showing off or anything. They're the yin and the yang release. So what they are is that they're there to compliment you, literally to make you look good. That's why literally in high school, you know, literally I scored so high where it came to rooming, because what I wanted is I wanted a girl to, you know, compliment my personality. I want, you know, a girl to, like, literally compliment your lifestyle, which is exactly what they're there for. They're there to compliment big things like cars, literally, freaking bigger tires and shit. Literally, they're not there, you know, to match your personal feelings. And you know, in order to get girls like that, you have to be physically fit because it's part of the wild and protection. But anyway, this is the story of Bridget 8.